Guys, I think this is one of the few times I've ever done this on YouTube where I go back and I make like a secondary little update before another vlog. So now this video is gonna be super duper long. So if you like super long videos, you are in for a treat today. And if you don't, then I'm sorry. This is terrible for you. In Fair Verona, where we lay our scene, I have so many conflicting feelings. You guys, I really wish this person would have just either not listed this item or just sent me $950 worth of 90s goods and not filled me with all of this like inner turmoil about what to do, what is right, what is wrong. I said on Snapchat a few minutes ago that I feel like this year has been the year where I want to make so many more of these vlogs where I really just talk about my thoughts and my feelings on stuff, which I feel like I used to do all the time. This is just going into a wider problem that I've been having lately, as I feel like I used to be much more kind of open with you guys with my thoughts and my feelings on stuff. And then for some reason, whatever reason, like over the past year, I haven't really been as open and as sharey with kind of stuff like that. I've gotten more to where I was just making like the content, like clickable content, you know, and I felt like I lost a lot on my channel. And I said on Snapchat, which is probably true, over the past year, I probably made 30 vlog type videos where I really get into meat and bones of topics, and then I just end up deleting it and never posting it, and then I get frustrated. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm keeping this video, is I do feel like I said a lot of my thoughts and feelings, which are still true, that I do still feel about this situation. And like I said on Snapchat, like these thoughts and feelings I have are not prolific. Some of you guys I feel like are here just to kind of hang out with me as a friend, and it's not so much whether I talk about this little thing or these tray of fake eyelashes. You know, you guys are just here to hang out with me and hear my thoughts and opinions on stuff. And so for those Swamp family members, that's the main reason why I didn't just want to scrap this video. I made this first update video about 6 hours after the original video had gone up. So I was still responding to the situation when it was fairly fresh, when I was responding to, not even responding to specific comments that you guys had left me, but just like responses that I was seeing over and over again. But now I've had like a whole nother day. It's this would have been like the second day of the video being up, and there have been so many. You guys really change my mind sometimes. I say later in the video, like the day after I opened this box, I've been having allergy problems, but the day after I opened this box, I was really not feeling well. And today I've really not been feeling well again. And one of the things that's really weighing on my mind is a lot of Swamp family members whose dads, uncles, and all of that are exterminators. There has been so many comments specifically about bed bugs, and honestly, it's kind of freaking me out because a lot of the clothes, you know, I opened the box in our closet, and a lot of the clothes, you know, I don't think that it came in contact with any other fabric or anything like that. I don't know jack about bed bugs, so I don't know how easy it is to spread. Needless to say, we have booked an appointment with an exterminator, because the one creepy thing, which I have not mentioned because it's just kind of like gross, like TMI. In all honesty, you know, like we just moved into this house, and in all honesty, we have not had any roaches. Like we had roaches like on the patio, obviously, because it's like outside where roaches are hanging out, but we haven't had any roaches in the house. And Dogman brought the box into my closet, I think 2 days before I unboxed the box. I should have taken this as a warning sign, because literally right next to the box, like there was like a little tiny roach, and it was dead. It was a dead roach, but it like definitely, I don't know. I mean, anything can happen. Like everybody's house has like a bug in it probably from time to time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we live on Earth where there are bugs, but like we just don't, it's just not a thing that we have, except for this guy. Who remembers this guy? That is kind of like gross, and it's all coming back to me now. And that's just kind of a little disconcerting. And I talk about this later in the video where a lot of you guys strongly think that I was targeted for this box, which there are definitely some clear signs. And like I say later in the video, it's just so disheartening to think that that would be the case, that somebody like knowingly, like knowing that it would be on a video, would do this sort of thing. But it adds a different level to it beyond just like, I want to take $950 plus $15 shipping versus I am doing something that is malicious. How hard is it to not give somebody something that has bugs on it? The only other thing that I wanted to add on, which is a great segue into the rest of the video, because I feel like this is kind of the first big thing that I want to tackle and that I want to further reinstate, is just don't buy these. I feel like that should kind of be the title of this video. I cannot stress to you guys this enough, and I saw some comments about like, if you don't report this seller, if you don't do this, if you don't leave negative feedback, then you don't care if this happens to other people. That's not the case at all. And like I said, I get into that at the very beginning. You're about to see it in probably 2 minutes, because some things have changed with this eBay seller's account in particular, which you guys are about to hear about. But the other thing is literally, you guys, these things are a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. I say that a couple more times in this video, so just don't do it, just don't do it, don't get scammed. Today, I literally just was like Googling again to see like 90s mystery box on eBay, and there's been like 6 new listings today. Like, I feel like there's not really any stopping this, because people are just gonna keep listing them. It's a fad right now, it's a trend, and I feel also hesitant to say don't buy any of them, because I'm sure there are many honest eBay sellers out there. This is their job, this is their business, they take pride in what they're doing, they take pride in their work. There's probably many people out there who are not scamming, but I will just say probably don't do this, especially don't do this for hundreds of dollars. It's just not a good outcome. That being said, here is the remainder of my video, which I feel like is the really good meaty part of the video. I hope you guys will watch it. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Please continue to leave me your thoughts and your suggestions down below, because when I started this off, which if you watched my Snap story, that's what I said. That's the real conflicting thing that I had continuing to put this video up, is because at the end of the video I said I am 97% sure that I'm not gonna do anything about this, and I don't quite know if I'm 97% sure anymore. Like I said, you guys' comments mean the absolute world to me. I take what you say to heart. I take your advice to heart. I listen to what you're saying. I listen to what you're typing, and I want you guys' opinions, because definitely it changes my feelings on things, and I just want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions based on what I say in this video, if it makes any difference, because I feel like the reasons that I'm about to tell you guys in my video from the future past are the main considerations of why I was 97% sure I wasn't gonna do anything. But I don't know. Please continue to weigh in. And if you haven't watched the last video, which is the $950 eBay unboxing video, then please watch that video before you watch the rest of this video, because if not, I don't know how you sat through this much amount, because you probably don't know what I'm talking about. Buyer beware. Don't do this. Don't spend $950 on this. I know that that's probably a common sense tip, like I say later in this video, unless you're a YouTuber, and then you chunk common sense out the window. I love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video. Please leave me your thoughts, opinions, and comments down below. I need them, I want them, I cherish them, they influence me, and with that, I will leave you to watch the past. And of course I have to knock my camera down. Hey everybody, it's Bunny. So let's talk about my last video, my latest video, or if I've for some reason uploaded another video in between the last one. Today we're going to be talking about the $950 eBay scam of a century for the 90s mystery box. I'm gonna try and speak in a cohesive manner, but anybody who's been on my channel for any amount of time, you guys know when I like get to vlogging and I just kind of like stream of consciousness that I end up talking forever. I end up rambling. I don't know. This video is for those of you who were outraged by that last video, who had a lot of thoughts and a lot of comments about it. If you're just really interested in it, if you want an update, all kinds of stuff like that. First of all, I want to say a humongous thank you to everybody who left a comment on that video. Honestly, it was so therapeutic just to see you guys being outraged with me. Everything is a lot easier to deal with when you feel like you have a lot of friends that feel emotionally the same way that you do about a certain situation. At least I find that very therapeutic and helpful. So thank you to everybody who left a comment on that video, who weighed in on your opinion, who gave me your thoughts and opinions and advice about what you would do and all of that jazz. And also a huge thank you to everybody who left a like on that video. Once again, regardless that it was like a bad box and like a bad video, just thank you guys so much for the support, because it really does help me. It helps my channel. It helps my videos. It helps to ensure more Swamp family members see my videos. All of that stuff just helps with this new crazy algorithm that we all are suffering under. I just had to say a quick thank you to that. Let's think about the very first thing I want to say. First of all, I would love to say the Swamp family is crafty. I do not know how you guys found the listing that I purchased, because I thought once a listing had been purchased that it was hidden or really hard to find. I don't know. I don't know how you guys found it, but you guys found it. You guys found the seller. But here's kind of a weird thing. So everybody was saying, like, we want you to report the seller to prevent further people from being scammed. And I do and I don't understand that. Like eBay, I don't know how difficult it is to be a seller. I don't know how much they like vet your information. Like, I feel like they could close this account down. Like, at utmost, they had 8 listings ever at any period of time. So it's not like a major eBay store where somebody has spent a lot of time like cultivating this massive storefront with hundreds of listings or anything like that. What would prevent them from just creating another account? But I will just say it's kind of gone like 5 steps deeper into my opinion on this person and their scammy nature, because they had one seller name, and then during the course of like, the video at this point has been up for like 6 hours, they've already changed their username on eBay and deleted all of their other listings. So no matter what it appears under this account, they're not going to be listing anything else. They did have a $350 mystery box listed and a $2,000 mystery box listed. And so those listings are gone now. But then again, they could be listing, do you know what I'm saying? Right now, mystery boxes on eBay are a dime a dozen. I feel like it's very easy to just create another account and just start selling again. So it really only solves a problem for a short amount of time. That being said, I personally am very conflicted about what to do in this situation. Me as a YouTuber doesn't want to file a claim or return it or anything else, because as I explained in the last video, I buy these mystery boxes willingly knowing that they could be junk, willingly knowing that it could be a scam, but we have fun. I like to think we have fun. I like to think that you guys enjoy the content, even like to just kind of get outraged and be like, oh, what a scam, this is so terrible. Do you know what I'm saying? It's still, that's why I come to YouTube, whether it turns out good or bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I enjoy watching these mystery unboxing videos myself, is because I want to see what people are gonna get, if it's gonna be awesome, if it's gonna be a dud, you know. And it's just like free entertainment to be put into the world, you know. And I certainly buy crazy stuff all the time for this channel. I mean, so many Does This Thing Really Work products over the years that I have never ever used again, nor would I ever practically use in my life. Things for like world's weirdest, you know, that's just like weird stuff. It's just kind of part of what in my mind I agree to as a YouTuber is I want to buy stuff to bring to this channel for you guys' amusement, you know, so that we can all have fun together, testing out products or getting boxes or whatever it is. And like I said, you know, in the last video, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. And so that's just kind of the gamble, I guess, that I agreed to be a part of. That's why I feel like I keep saying in these videos, don't buy them if you're not like a YouTuber. I have not seen any, that's kind of a lie. I don't know. I have seen some where I was like, oh, that's like cool, and I would feel contented with it. Both of them that I've gotten though have been pretty disappointing. Now with this second one, obviously the first one looks much better. The first one is great. If I was buying this not for a video, 1000% I would totally be requesting a refund. I am torn about this. I'm torn about this because I do feel like this was a blatant scam and a blatant lie. I feel like, once again, just with what they said in the listing, to lay it on thick, so to speak, to act like this was going to be a treasure trove of 90s goodies, I was a collector, blah, 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 you know, all of that kind of stuff. Like, you really didn't have to say that. Which brings me to my next couple of points. Point one, I also feel like I shouldn't ask for the money back, because part of me is just like, did they need the money? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how, like, what are you to really be willing to go inside of yourself and know that you're stealing $1,000 from somebody? In my mind, that's someone that must really need $1,000. That's just kind of like where I stand on things like that. It sort of irritates me. Like, they try and do news segments all the time about like, don't give money to homeless people on the street. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, if I see somebody on the street, I'm probably gonna give them some money, you know? It's on them if they take the money and they don't really need it and you're just kind of stealing money. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my fault that there are people out there willing to just blatantly lie and steal from other people. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just kind of on them, I guess, which is maybe like a stupid way of thinking, but also I feel like it kind of helps me to stay calm in situations like this instead of just absolutely raging out. Don't get me wrong, I definitely did cry a couple rage tears once I was done filming, but it was just the absolute disappointment, once again, that I was really looking forward to having this super fun 90s experience with the Swamp family. You know, it's just like, I feel like a lot of you guys are into that same kind of nostalgic stuff as me, which makes sense, because I feel like I make, you know, several videos about that. We've done the unboxing of the Nickelodeon boxes. I recently did that 90s caboodle from Beautylish. Like, there's lots of videos that I've done that would attract people that like the same kind of nostalgic stuff that I do. And so I feel like there's a lot of Swamp family members that are also like the same age as me. So it's fun to do that kind of stuff. And that is where, and I saw a lot of people commenting that is really where I really was almost in tears in the video, is because I do feel like I let you guys down, because that's the content I wanted to bring, and that's the content that I've been like hyping everybody in the Swamp Fam up on Twitter, on the community tab, being like, oh, we're gonna have this super fun, awesome video. And then what I delivered was a box of garbage, which brings me back to the other point of why I'm seriously, like, this one, I'm on the fence. I really do kind of wish this person would just write me a note on eBay and like, just let me know, did you need the money for something? Do you know what I'm saying? That's forgivable in my opinion. I would love to know why they did this, where their head was at, or was it just a scam? I would even love to get that as a message. Like, just tell me, like, yeah, I just wanted $1,000 for an iPad. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, any of it would be easier to swallow than the ambiguity of just not knowing why. And then a lot of people were asking me like, why would you ever think that this would be good? Like, why would you be so gullible? Fair enough. I feel like I am a decently gullible person sometimes, but also, I don't know. I feel like I kind of always, we'll say 97% of the time, I feel like I like to give people reasonable doubt. Like, I don't go through the world like thinking everybody is out to hurt me or steal from me, or that the world is full of a bunch of liars and thieves. That's just not, like, I'm not so naive to think that that doesn't exist in the world. Obviously it does. People are scamming, people are lying, people are stealing every single day. But that's just not kind of like my first thought, you know? And even with people who wouldn't have like a selling record or reviews, that doesn't necessarily seem that crazy to me either. A lot of time, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could have been a person who's like really on social media and they see a lot of YouTubers are doing this. It would not have been hard at all. It was not beyond the realm of reasonability. Like, so many of you Swamp family members have been leaving comments saying, I've got a whole attic full of these kinds of things. I've got 4 dresser drawers full of awesome 90s stuff. Like, it's not that unreasonable to me. Like, it's not like I was buying the Hope Diamond. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was imagining I was going to get plastic toys from the 90s, which probably intrinsically have no monetary value for the most part. It was not like beyond reasonable realm to me to imagine that somebody was going to make a box for profit, obviously, because do you know what I'm saying? Everybody's selling on eBay. Like, everybody has to have a job. Everybody has to feed their family. It was just not unreasonable to me to think that somebody could have had a treasure trove of 90s stuff. Maybe they wanted to get rid of it. Maybe it was even somebody who watches my channel who was seeing that I was looking specifically for a 90s box. It's just also not that hard to not send somebody a box of mold, dirt, bugs. Like, even if that's the stuff that they were gonna send me, I didn't really think it was gonna be that bad. That literally the odor, I cannot describe the mold. And what really sucks is I've honestly felt so bad today. I am a little bit of a hypochondriac, and by a little bit I mean a lot of it, but I've been having really bad allergies like for the past 2 weeks, and I think just the exposure to the mold in the house was like, I don't know, like, I've really been not feeling great today. That's really what irritates me more than anything, and that's really what would kind of spurn me more than anything to file a complaint or ask for a refund or any kind of anything like that, just because even if you're gonna lie, steal, and send somebody garbage, it's not hard to at least get clean garbage. I just feel like no thought or effort was put into that. Like, you could literally hand me $30 and send me into the thrift store, pick up stuff that's reasonable and clean. Like, I see Beanie Babies all the time at the thrift store. They charge 50 cents for them. They are reasonably clean. They do not smell. They're not covered in actual bugs, dirt, and probably like poop of some kind. It's not that hard to not send somebody a box of literal feces. That being said, there was quite a bit of comments yesterday, which I thought was so interesting, regarding our tie-dye bear Beanie Baby that we got in there, saying that some of that Beanie Baby was selling for like $30,000, $10,000, even some people saying like a couple $100. And sometimes me and my friends, we get bored, we start Googling stuff, and we're like, oh, how much are Beanie Babies worth? And so, I don't know, about a year ago or whatever, we were looking into some of this stuff, and there was actually, like, now we're gonna get a short history on Beanie Babies. But there were actually some of them that were like released in the very beginning before Beanie Babies kind of blew up and became super popular. Cause I remember I had like this octopus, or maybe it was a squid or something. Its name was Inky, I remember. And there was like a gray version. It came out right when Beanie Babies came out, and that one was worth a lot of money. But of course, I carried it around with me. It was dirty. I cut the tag off, yada yada, which then made its value literally worth nothing. So while that bear, it's so crazy, I did look at it again. We looked at the tag, and it is from 1996. So possibly at one point, this would have been one of the super valuable piece bears, but I cannot tell you guys enough how filthy, smelly, moldy. A lot of you guys said that you saw bugs on these things, even where I did not see bugs, because a lot of people were asking for like the Jeter jersey or some of the football helmets or some of the this or some of the that. in good conscience, with a good conscience, I would not give this to anyone. It's filthy, smelly, infested, moldy. It's literally not fit to keep in your home or absolutely not wear on your body. It's disgusting. I looked into the Beanie Baby thing. The tie-dye one from 1996 is quite apparently the valuable one. It even looks like the fabric, because I do know that they like re-released this Peace Bear at another time after the 1996 one, but all the ones that are worth $10,000 certainly don't have like rat poop or roach poop on them. They don't prolifically smell of mold. They have been kept in like smoke-free homes in little plastic cases, you know, for like collector's items. And what makes the $10,000 ones and the $30,000 ones is because quite apparently there were misprints on the tag. Like there were like funny little misspellings, like the word peace had 2 eyes. Well, the word peace doesn't have an eye in it, but do you know what I'm saying? It was like words had 2 eyes or this or that on the little paper hang tag, which is gone like the wind. Maybe if this thing was not covered in poop, would it be worth $100 or something? Possibly, feasibly, but probably not without the tag, and certainly not in the condition that it's in. It's disgusting. Definitely, I just kind of wanted to debunk that just a little bit for everybody who thought that there was like a little bit of silver lining. I truly wish that there was. I cannot imagine that anyone is really out there spending $30,000 on a Beanie Baby. I'm sure that maybe it happens somewhere in the world, but I cannot imagine it. I look like I've been crying all night. I think it's a combination of allergies, and then it's the weirdest thing when I wear like pink or red eyeshadows sometimes. It doesn't matter what brand, what product, whatever. It like stains my skin. I literally look like I'm like, I don't know, crying blood or something odd. I know that there's a lot of people saying like if I don't file a complaint, they're gonna unsubscribe. They're really mad. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to bring harm to anybody. Like you guys were saying, I feel like it is just really different, that it is kind of a legitimate health hazard. That really does bring a different level to it for me. But still, I don't know. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. And I'm assuming if you're literally lying that much, you must need the money for something, I guess, is kind of where I'm getting at. It does seem oddly targeted to me. Once again, I feel like as I was opening it, I was just kind of blinded by rage, so I wasn't kind of like putting together like dolls and a hair dryer. I really don't feel like I have like great influence on the world in any capacity. So yeah, I was sitting there saying like, oh, I would love to get a 90s mystery box. But I mean, it's sometimes there's like 40 listings out there for 90s mystery boxes. Like I can't think that it's all just because I mentioned like, I want a 90s mystery box. Like I'm sure other people are just out there making 90s mystery boxes. Like I said, these things right now are a dime a dozen on eBay, and I'm sure people are trying to put anything in the title. Once again, let's get that clickbait to get people to buy their box versus the other 500 mystery boxes. So I don't think it's like all from me. It's really disappointing and unsettling to think that anyone who watches my videos or who much less would subscribe to this channel would kind of like do something so deliberately terrible and purposeful. I did re-look at the box and I thought it was quite clever that they sent it from a UPS store, so it doesn't have their name, it doesn't have their address. I know what state they live in, but I don't know their name. I'm not out for blood. I would just love to know what's going on. I would hope that the $950 would be going to something good. And a lot of people were saying like, oh, like go out and hand $20 bills to people or donate it to charity. I mean, this is not coming from the charity fund. It's not like, oh, I spent $950 on this mystery box, so now I'm not going to donate to any charities because this was the charity money and now that money's gone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, once again, this is money that is budgeted for videos, to make content, stuff like that. It's not like one option preclude, is that the word I'm thinking for? Doing one thing does not negate doing the other thing. So a bunch of people kind of getting mad and using some strong language with me in those regards. It's just kind of like jumping to conclusions, in my opinion, that I would not be donating money of any sort and that I would just be like squandering it. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people buy crazy stuff for YouTube videos all the time. I'm far and away not the only YouTuber on YouTube doing stuff like this, spending money in this fashion. There was somebody who commented on the community tab, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when I was kind of saying like, oh, I bought this box, let's all get excited. People were getting mad at me then that I had spent $950 on this. Honestly, I feel like people selling stuff on eBay is a legitimate job. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm here, I want to make a really cool video for the Swamp Fam. Somebody out there has an item that they want to sell that they deem worth $950. Fair game. Like, I will pay you $950. That's your honest job that you're doing. I'm taking it to do my job that I'm doing. And everybody is square. It's just, now I'm like stuttering. The deliberate lying is what has really irritated me the most about this, is the lying and just the uncleanliness. It is sad and disconcerting to think that somebody who knew that I was looking for this, who knew that a video was going to be made about this, it's just kind of like an odd choice. Like, there's really no confirming or denying, and I really don't want to even reach out to this person and contact them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a really non-confrontational person. Like, I just kind of like to swim in my own pond and let other people do their own thing. I don't want to be like, what did you do? Why did you do this? Do you know what I'm saying? Because once again, I don't know where that person is in their life. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what compelled them to lie like this. I don't know what they might need the money for. This might be somebody, I don't know, who's in dire straits, who absolutely needed the money, who literally was trying to target me, who knew that I would probably buy a more expensive box for a video. I don't know. I guess we're like rounding to a conclusion. I'm sure this is like a 40-minute long video already. But I didn't throw it away. I'm kind of thinking about what I'm gonna do about it. It's sitting outside, definitely, but I really just kind of like, I don't know, don't want to take this person's money away if they really honestly needed it. I don't know why my brain like automatically goes to those scenarios. For all I know, they could have just like, I don't know, not needed the money. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like the problem has kind of resolved itself through the Swamp family of this person taking down their other listings. That to me kind of solves the problem of other people being ripped off to an extent. I mean, by this same user, by this same account, but once again, what prevents them from creating another account? It really disappoints me the most because I, like I said, was having a lot of fun doing these videos, buying these boxes, watching other YouTubers doing it, and this experience has really put a damper on the fun for me personally, just because I kind of didn't know somebody would take it to this level and literally send out something that was putrid. I definitely thought you could be kind of taken advantage of and maybe people wouldn't send as nice of stuff, or it would be a little junky, or it would be knockoffs, you know, some of the other outcomes we've discussed before. But I kind of didn't know that somebody would kind of do something like this. It just kind of sucks, like, because I definitely wanted to get another one. I thought that this one was gonna be amazing. I did see a lot of people suggesting to buy a storage unit, which I know that Sophia just did that video, and I swear like all YouTubers end up having the same ideas at once, because I thought about doing that like when I first saw it, because I was like, oh, what else could I do that's kind of the same thing but a little bit different? So I was thinking about buying like junk drawers. I did see some like mystery lots on eBay as well, which it's just kind of like, it does look like an abandoned storage unit kind of thing. And then I did think about doing an abandoned storage unit or a storage unit auction, but I would probably have to go to like Austin or something like that, because I just had a couple of storage units myself, and most of those places in my general area got totally wiped out by Hurricane Harvey. So anything that's abandoned is abandoned with good reason, because it probably has hurricane damage. So all I need is to buy more mysterious treasure troves of mold. But I don't know, it might be kind of fun to do that in Austin. You might get like weirder stuff doing it in Austin. Anyway, keep Austin weird. So I don't know, maybe we will do that during Vlogmas. Maybe I will do that later in the month of November. I do think it would be a lot of fun, and that's just one of my favorite things to do. I feel like if you guys have been here any amount of time, then you know that I love the aspect of mystery anything. I love unboxing the little mystery boxes, the Sephora play boxes, this kind of stuff. Like, that's a lot of fun for me. It's definitely been very frustrating. Like, I just kind of woke up today like just feeling not all that great and still heavily annoyed by the situation. It's just very annoying. Of all the possible choices that that person could have made, I felt like they made the meanest choice they could have done. At least like they could have scraped the toothpaste off of the back of the hairdryer. It's not even the lying and the fact that none of the objects were from the 90s. And it wasn't what the listing described at all, but just the fact that it was filthy, dirty, disgusting, and like didn't even take. Oh, that was the other thing, is like people were asking kind of like, what did I expect? Like if it's from the 90s, like it's probably coming from people's attics or closets or whatever. Fair enough. Like if it is vintage, it can be a little bit dusty. Like obviously I go on picking adventures, I buy doll heads, I buy antique dishes and stuff that has a little bit of dust on it or whatever. You wipe it off with a Lysol wipe, you're good to go. But there's a difference between something being a little bit dusty or stowed away in somebody's attic or something to just being covered with actual bugs and bug poop. Like there's a big disparity there. I'm sorry for this video's length, but it also is kind of therapeutic for me to go back and just kind of like talk about it. I feel like that is definitely how I deal with things that upset me, is I just kind of like talk about them, like talk through them a lot. And then usually I just get it out of my system, and then I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of talking about it, and it doesn't bother me as much anymore. We all have different ways of coping with stress. I'm gonna say I'm about 97% sure that I'm not gonna file a claim, because like I said, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's such a mess to get into, and even though somebody did something that's really unpleasant, I don't like to turn that energy around. When somebody confronts you with negativity or somebody does something that's bad to you, you have a plethora of different choices that you can make and how you're going to respond to it. And I don't like to fight nastiness with nastiness. I don't like to get caught up in that kind of energy. I don't like to put that kind of energy in the world. I always love to take, I don't love to take negative energy. I much would have preferred this to just go the way I thought it was gonna go, which would have been an awesome box as promised, full of 90s treasure trove collector's items. But when confronted with negativity and a negative situation and somebody just doing something absolutely rotten, I like to kind of try and take that energy and put positive energy out in the world. Pay it forward, so to speak, do nice things for people. I did get a lot of interesting suggestions, which was I should put together a mystery box and do a giveaway with the Swamp Fam for that. And I'm kind of tempted to do that. I think that that would be fun to do. It would kind of ruin the element of surprise, but I don't know. I was thinking about putting together a mystery box and then kind of like revealing what it is to you guys, like what I've done in the box, but I don't know, then it wouldn't be a surprise to the person who got it. If you guys have any suggestions for that, how I could do something fun like that, let me know. I sure would love to know. But I definitely love to take the option of kind of like not fighting the negativity with more negativity and just kind of saying like, hey, we had a really bad interaction, let's just part ways, and to just kind of like put more positivity into the world to make up for the negativity that was just put into the world. Does any of this make any sense? I feel like I'm really going off on like some kind of like hippie rampage right now. So with that, I will leave you guys. thank y'all so much once again for all the positivity that you bring to this channel as the Swamp family, as a community. Thank you guys so much for sticking up for me when I kind of like don't necessarily always stick up for myself, I guess, you know, because I feel like there's a lot of Swamp family members. Also, I would love to say I don't just want people out there like attacking this person or attacking anybody. I never ever advocate for that. But even just commiserating with me is what I mean. Like leaving comments, you know, of camaraderie, you know, saying I would be irritated too. That's kind of what I mean for like sticking up for me, not like blatantly going with pitchforks and torches like Frankenstein and burning down the whole village. But thank you guys who stick with me, who stand by me, who show a lot of support, who are here watching, commenting, and participating in this channel. That is the most valuable thing to me. That's the most important thing to me. That is the thing that keeps me going from day to day throughout all of these negative experiences that I sometimes have. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a Swamp family member. There we go. There's my 2 cents on all of it. I know I've attempted to conclude this video a million times. Oh my gosh, Taco Bell closes in 20 minutes. Let's go get some dinner. Hashtag not spawns. Hashtag is it poop or bugs? I love you guys so, so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye!